Hello. In this video, I'm going to have a look at making a website using CSS Grid. So very shortly, you're all going to have an additional project to do for the department about a famous computing person, and you need to then make a website about this. So I thought we'd use this opportunity to practice your web development skills for Unit 15, and also to enable you to get this project done a little easier. So we're going to start off with using some online tools to speed this process up. So we're going to use Layout It, which is a CSS grid template editor. So first of all, I don't want 4 columns. I'm only going to have 3. I'm going to select this first area and call it nav, because that's where my nav bar will go. I'm then going to select this area and have a banner. That's where my banner will go. I'm going to add another row. This one's going to be my footer. And then I'm going to have 3 content areas. We'll call this one left, we'll call this one middle, and we'll call this one right. Okay, so now we've got the layout of the web page, nice and quick, nice and easy. We've got some code here we can just copy into our project. So let's make a project. I have a blank folder here for my project. So let's open Visual Studio Code in that workspace. Don't need that any longer. So we've got Visual Studio here, and we've got my folder. There's nothing in it. Let's make some files. So let's go to make index.html. We've done this many times. And we'll use HTML5 template. I'll just make that bigger while I'm doing this. And then we'll do a link tab to some CSS, style CSS. So let's make that file style.css. And inside style.css, we'll add a body tag, and we'll just do a background color. Oops, that's not background color. That's not background color. Background color, let's use tomato. I've never used that one before. Or tomato, whichever you want. And then let's run the live server. So open with live server. It'll probably open it in what's it called? That browser I don't use. So let's get rid of that. And let's open up our browser and paste it into Chrome, and boom, nice tomato colored workspace. Okay, so let's actually get started now. Go back to your code. Let's get this CSS, and it's in our CSS now. Let's get the HTML, and done. Okay, let's go to our page. Nothing's happened. It is on live reload, but we've got no content. We've got nothing in it, so that's why there's nothing there. Just going to get rid of the body background color. I'm just going to put margin 0 and padding 0. I'm just going to add a font family. Let's pick something like just some serifless font. Okay, so it should all be good to go. So let's start with the nav area. I'm just going to remove them to spaces so it lines up. So in the nav area, we can't see it, so we need a background color. I'm going to use my own color for this, 5A55BF. Nice purple color. We still can't see it because it has no height, because there's no content there. So let's give it a height of 70px. That will do. Right, let's put something in. So Here we've got the grid container, we've got the nav, the banner, the footer. Let's put the footer at the bottom. Left, middle and right. So let's go into the nav class and just add, let's add an h1 my website. Really fancy. Let's go into the nav bar. Let's change the color to white, not wheat, white. Color to white. And let's move it across a little bit. So we'll add some padding on the div, padding left, so padding on the left hand side. 40 pixels should do it. It's personal preference. So let's move on to the banner now. This way it gets a bit more fun. I'm going to add a background color just for now so that I can see what's going on. So background color. Yeah, let's go for the tomatoes again. Why not? That's showing up. So in the banner, we'll put, we'll do a H1. Let's have, let's say, my website about whoever it's about, really. Okay, so let's put some styling on it. Text align center. And then let's give that a white color also. Color white. Okay, let's move on to the next bit, which is going to be another online tool. It's going to be this SVG path generator. There are quite a few of these, so I want a top one, and I'm just going to have a play. There are lots of different tools that can do this. Some are a bit more sophisticated. They have different wave patterns and lots, but I just want something basic. So it's going to give me this. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go into my code. And I'm going to paste this in here. So let's just give that a try. Okay, so we've got a couple of issues. The background is taking the whole thing up, so I'm going to remove that tomato color on the banner. We don't want any colors really. And now we're writing here, we need to fill this area in. So I'm going to actually make another div. Let's give it a name of box or something like that. I should have done it like this. Would have been quicker. And then put this inside here. So no difference, but we've got a class of box. So let's alter that and let's give it the background color here. Now you can see there's margins or something going on above it. If you don't know what they are or why, you'll probably need to go into your tools and maybe inspect that element. So when I inspect this H1, it will basically tell me it's got some properties on it, like a margin here. So I need to set the margin to 0 for that element. So I need to set the margin on the H1 because that's the problem. Margin 0. A lot of the HTML things have properties like this already on margins and stuff. So let's just go over to the wave, which is this long thing here, and this is all the SVG code. You can then put your own color in. So 5A55BF. And Save. Okay, it's very basic. I don't like how that bit there is touching the top. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the style of the nav, and I'm going to add some padding top to it, maybe 15 px. There we go, that will do. That's just, again, you could put a logo here and buttons or whatever you want. Sort that out. Right, let's move on to the next section. Let's just add a very basic footer. I'm not going to do much to the footer. What I'd suggest if you did it in your real website is go back to here. Oh, I guess we could do it, but we could literally get a bottom one, and then we could add that into the footer. I'm just going to do it very basic, I think. Footer, we're just going to put the background color in, and I'm just going to add a height of, I don't know, 40 px. I'm just doing something very basic just to get it in there. Again, you could add social media icons or whatever you want in there. Right, the content areas. Well, we can't see the content areas, so let's have a look. We had this left, middle, and right. So let's put some content in them first of all. Let's do the left one, and then we can copy it. So I'm going to want a couple of things. I want maybe an icon. So for this, I'm going to start with a div. We'll call it div icon. I'm going to take this out. No, I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to leave it in. But I'm going to do some stuff to it, and then I'm going to undo it again. So we're going to have an icon, and then we're going to have maybe a paragraph. Again, you could put this inside a div. And we could have a small heading as well, like heading 3. Or heading 2. Yeah, so I'm just going to put left. You'd obviously put some content in here. And then for the text, I'm going to go over to some type of lorem ipsum generator. I want one paragraph. So I'm going to get this text and I'm going to paste it in there. Let's have a look what that looks like. So we've got this left bar. We'll have a middle and a right. So let's just style this up a little bit. So if you remember, I've got this icon class where I'm going to have an icon. So let's style that first. Icon dot icon, try and spell it. And I'm just going to do a background color of grey. Yeah, grey. And I'm going to give it a width of 200 pixels and a height of 200 pixels and see how that looks. Yeah, that looks okay. I'm going to, in this left bar, I'm going to do text align center. So that's aligned over text. Is it content margin? No, we want that for the icon. Right, let's leave that. Let's put a background color on it so we can see it. We will take this off in a minute. Okay, so there's our content area. We've got the text aligned. Let's get this icon inside here. So we'll go to Font Awesome. Let me open Font Awesome up. We'll go to icons or search icons. I'm going to search for a rocket. There we go. I'm going to download that as an SVG. I'm going to show it in my folder. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it inside my folder. So I have my rocket here. So inside here, I'm going to put image, and then I'm going to type rocket dash solid SVG. So let's have a look, see if that worked. It did. We need to style it so this div moves across into the middle. So I called it icon. So if I give this a margin auto, it should move to the middle. And I'm going to now take that grey colour off. And I'm now going to take this green colour off. So we've got a very, very basic card look going onto it. So what I'm going to do, obviously you can put your own icons in here. I'm just going to duplicate this twice, and I'm going to change this one to say middle and this one to say right. And then we open it up and we've got some nice content. Now we need to style the text to make it central in the other areas. So text align center, let's stick that in there. Save that. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a bit of a margin around this text. So let's just try margin, let's put 15px just to see if that helps with the spacing. We've got to do that in all of them. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Maybe you could do a little bit more, but you get the idea. So you could have titles, images, and then maybe bits of text, and you've got a fairly modern, clean looking website. You can have your nav bar, you could have a proper banner in here instead if you didn't want this writing, put a logo in or something. Yeah, I've got my own little logo, so I tell you what, let me put my little logo in. So my logo, yeah, let's pop that in there. So if I wanted this middle icon to be different, I would just go in here to the middle. Let's just open it up a second. So I want to change the middle one, which is the middle. I would just change this to my logo. That wasn't right. What did I do there? My logo. So my logo. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, it's a bit big. If that happens, because I made the divs 200, I'm just going to set the width of this icon to 200, and that should fix it. Obviously this shouldn't say left, this should say my logo, and this one should say right, and so on. And you could mess about with this now and make it much better. I'm going to load this code up to GitHub shortly, and you can have a mess about with it. I strongly encourage you to go through this whole process yourself. So we used the CSS layout it. There are a few different ones, and this one's quite good. We used a wave generator, and there are several of these. Things like this, generate random waves with different noise types. There's lots of different ones, and then we've got the font awesome icons. We used the lorem ipsum generator, and we ended up with this. So thanks for watching. I hope this has been helpful for your project. If you need any help with it, let me know. Thank you. Bye.